And good afternoon, and welcome to ICE Digital TV segment, entertainment segment today. And I am your host, aka Chorus, gospel jazz recording artist. Thank you so very much for inviting us into your homes, in the comfort of your homes. And thank you for viewing us on YouTube Live as well. And we ask that you click on the bell for the notification bell for future content once when we go live on YouTube Live. And thank you again for watching ICE Digital TV. And we ask that you continue to watch us on Wednesdays at 6 o'clock p.m. And also, again, every Saturday for our entertainment segment, ICE Digital TV at 1 o'clock p.m. And please tune in every Sunday on Comcast Channel 17 for our televised broadcasts. And we thank you once again for tuning in with us. And please, ladies and gentlemen, if you would like to financially support our Christian broadcast and all of our media platforms, you can go to the link shown on your screen at paypal.me/ICE Digital TV. Again, that link is paypal.me/ICE Digital TV. Or you can make your in-kind donations on our secured website. And that website address is also shown on your screen at www.icetventertainment.com. Again, that website address is www.icetventertainment.com. And please, if you would like to send your donations by check or money order, and let me direct you to this address to mail those payments to ICE TV Entertainment Ministries, and that's P.O. Box 9173, Memphis, Tennessee 38190-0173. Again, you can make those checks or money orders payable to ICE TV Entertainment Ministries at P.O. Box 9173, Memphis, Tennessee 38190-0173. Ladies and gentlemen, if this is your first time tuning in to ICE Digital TV, ICE acronym stands for International Christian Entertainment. Again, that's International Christian Entertainment. And we are an entertainment and marketing and advertising agency. And now we have multiple platforms, and we have Facebook Live, YouTube Live, and of course the televised broadcast on Comcast Channel 17 at 11 o'clock a.m. And ICE TV platforms can provide indie artists such as yourself promotional exposure with indie artists, interviews as well, and we can play your music or your video for you to reach out to other audiences where you can connect with. And also ICE TV ministries. We promote pastors and churches. We promote artists. We promote solo artists. We promote bands. We promote churches. And also, ladies and gentlemen, we can promote your business as well. So please, if you are interested in coming on the multiple platforms of ICE Digital TV broadcast or ICE TV network, you can reach out to me at the email shown on your screen at icetv7@aol.com. Again, that email address is icetv7@aol.com. And please, ladies and gentlemen, if you would like to have more information about our marketing and advertising through our agency, again, that website address you can go to is www.icetventertainment.com. And if you would like to become a guest on ICE Digital TV broadcast platforms, you can always either go to the website or, once again, email me for more information how to become my guest on ICE Digital TV platforms. Thank you once again for tuning in for our entertainment segment today. So, our topic today for the entertainment segment is what is behind the jazz? What is behind the jazz? Jazz is a music genre that originated in the African American communities of New Orleans, Louisiana, in the United States. And it was known in the late 19th and earlier 20th centuries. And its roots were in blues and ragtime, and jazz is characterized by a swing and blue notes, complex chords. It is called and to a response of vocals and is known for polyrhythms and improvisations. But what defines the jazz genre? What defines the jazz genre? It's developed from, once again, ragtime and blues with proboscis and syncopated rhythms, with polyphonic and syncopated rhythms with varying degrees, and often, very often, deliberate distortions of the pitch and the timbre of the music. So, what is behind the jazz and what is the purpose of jazz? Jazz, ladies and gentlemen, it encourages and it celebrates. And it celebrates originality and it celebrates personality. It celebrates meaningfulness and expressiveness in music. So, what's behind the jazz? Jazz has never stopped evolving. Ladies and gentlemen, even if you are playing more traditional styles of jazz, the music is most effective and truest, at the truest form of jazz, even when you get creative with the context of the style in which you are exploring. Jazz. What is behind the genre of jazz? Many say that jazz was born in 1895, the year of history when the iconic Buddy Bolden, when he started his first band. And yes, music icons has always existed, even in the 18th and the 19th century. And still, some jazz music historians say that it happened in 1917 when Nick L. LaCroix and his original Dixieland Jazz Band recorded the first jazz record, the very first jazz record called Livery Stable Blues, known to be the very first jazz record. So, what's behind the jazz and why is jazz so unique? Jazz has the elements that other music has, and it has melody, that the tune of the song, the part you are most likely to remember, the sound of jazz. It, jazz, jazz has harmony. Jazz has its own very unique genre and the notes that make the melody fuller. You hear the full sound in jazz music. Jazz has rhythm. Jazz is which the heartbeat of the song. It has the heartbeat of the song. But ladies and gentlemen, what really sets jazz apart is the cool thing called improvisation. You hear them scatting. Shabba da 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 da, booty dee dee da 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 da, Scooby Dooby Doo. That's what you hear when you hear the sound of jazz, the improvisation, how people can take those notes and scat and change their vocals, and you hear the vocal cords shifting in timbre, in the rhythm. It's all about jazz, ladies and gentlemen, today. And today on ICE Digital TV, I will discuss some of the best jazz vocalists in American history, the women of jazz. She went by the name of Sassy or Divine One. She was born in March to 27th, of 1924 in Newark, New Jersey. She was an American jazz vocalist and pianist, known for her rich voice with unusual wide range and known for her inventiveness. She was known as a female jazz vocalist and artist with a voice that had a comfortable 3-octave range. And she won 4 Grammys. She won 4 Grammy Awards, including a Lifetime Achievement Award. She was given a NEA Jazz Masters Award in 1989. Someone wrote that she was one of the wondrous voices of the 20th century. It was a golden age for American music at that time, and the war was over, and there was a burst of affluence in creativity and a change of the most distinctive voices of the post-war. She crossed genres of music, a Black artist who pushed back against the constrictions of racism. She pushed back the restrictions of the color line. And in today's terminology, we will call it, she pushed back from the racism of her era. Her voice was always on point. She was called the Queen of Bebop. And what is her name? Her name is Sarah Vaughan. Sarah Vaughan, who was born once again on March the 27th, 1924. And Sarah Vaughan passed away on April the 3rd of 1990. And the next female jazz vocalist. She was born as Eunice Kathleen Wayman in Tyrone, North Carolina. She took music at an early age, learning to play the piano. She became an American singer, a songwriter, a musician, and also an arranger. And she was very involved in the civil rights movement. She became a civil rights activist. Her music spanned a range of musical styles, including classical jazz, including blues and folks and R&B, gospel and pop. She was one of the most extraordinary artists of all times of the 20th century. She was an icon of American music. She was the musical story writer of her time. And these are some of her track listings. Ain't Got No, I Got a Life in 1968. My Baby Just Cares for Me in 1958. I Put a Spell on You in 1965. I Love You, Porgy, 1957. Don't Let Me Be Misunderstood in 1964. The Look of Love in 1967. And what is her name? And who is she? Eunice Kathleen Wayman was also known professionally as Nina Simone. Nina Simone was born in February 21st of 1933, and Nina Simone passed away on April the 21st of 2003. So what's behind the jazz? Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be right back with more of What's Behind the Jazz. Stay tuned. You are watching the live streaming of ICE Digital TV. And if you would like to support ICE Digital TV or ICE TV broadcast page, you can always share this video by your likes and your hearts and your comments. and for our YouTube channel and televised broadcast on Sundays at 11 o'clock a.m. on Comcast, Channel 17. If you would like to sow your financial seeds into this ministry, you can go to the link that is shown on the screen now at paypal.me/ICE Digital TV. Again, that's paypal.me/ICE Digital TV. Or you can make your donations or sponsorship on our secured website, and that website is www.iceTVentertainment.com. Again, that website address is www.iceTVentertainment.com. And if you would like to pay by check or money order, you can make your donations payable to ICE TV Entertainment Ministries. Again, you can make your checks or money orders payable to ICE TV Entertainment Ministries. And that mailing address is P.O. Box 9173, Memphis, Tennessee 38190-0173. Again, that ministry mailing address is P.O. Box 9173, Memphis, Tennessee 38190-0173. And ladies and gentlemen, if you would like to become a guest on ICE Digital TV, you can always email me at icetv7@aol.com. Again, that email address is icetv7@aol.com. Thank you once again for watching ICE Digital TV. And good afternoon. If you have just tuned into our live Facebook Live and also YouTube Live, you are watching ICE Digital TV Entertainment segment, now streaming live, and I am your host, aka Chorus Gospel Jazz Recording Artist. And our topic today is what's behind the jazz, as I feature some of the historical jazz female singers. Who is she? She was born in Newport News, Virginia. She turned to singing after a troubled childhood, and she was debuted or booed off of the Apollo Theater in 1934. But she became, and she dubbed as the First Lady of Song, and she also was the most popular jazz female singer in the United States for more than a half of a century. She was known as the Queen of Jazz. She was noted for her purity of tone in her voice and impeccable diction, impeccable phrasing, and impeccable timing, impeccable intonation of her vocals. And she had a horn-like vocal ability, particularly in scat singing. She was discovered in an amateur contest, and she went on to become the top female jazz singer for decades. And in 1958, she made history as the first American woman to win a Grammy Award. And due in no small part of her vocal quality and ability, with lucid intonation and a broad range, the singer will go on to win a total of 13 Grammy Awards. And she sold more than 40 million albums, more than 40 million albums. And her multi-volume songbooks on Verve Records are among Americans' recording treasures. And who is she? What is her name? Ella Fitzgerald. She was born on April the 25th of 1917. And Ella Fitzgerald, she passed away on June the 15th of 1996. We're featuring historical female jazz vocalist. Who is she? She was born as Eleanor Fagan in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. But some sources say her birthplace was Baltimore, Maryland. And her birth certificate reportedly reads Eleanor Harris. She spent much of her childhood in Baltimore, Maryland, and her mother name, who was Sadie, was only a teenager when she had birthed her. And it was known that her father was believed to be a widely known successful jazz musician, playing with the likes of another jazz artist whose name was Fletcher Henderson. This female jazz vocalist, she experienced a difficult childhood, but in her difficult early life of childhood, she found solace in music and singing to the records such as Bessie Smith and Louis Armstrong. Her and her mother, Sadie, they moved to New York City in the late 1920s. And around 1930, she began singing in local clubs and she renamed herself. And at the age of 18 years old, she was discovered by a well-known producer at the time whose name was John Heyman, who was instrumental in getting her a recording deal. And she worked up with the upcoming clarinetist and band leader whose name was Benny Goodman. And with Benny Goodman, she sang vocals for several tracks, including her first commercial release, Your Mother's Son-in-Law. And she was known for her distinctive phrasing and expressiveness in her vocals, and sometimes melancholy. And her voice was also discovered by Teddy Wilson and others in 1935. This female jazz vocalist, she made several singles, including What a Little Moonlight Can Do and Miss Brown to You. And that same year, she appeared with Duke Ellington in the film called Symphony in Black. She was given the name Lady Day, and she toured with Count Basie Orchestra. And in 1937, on her journey as a jazz artist, she experienced much objection due to her race. There it goes again. Racism has always existed in time, but she had to deal with the rigidity of racism. And they didn't like her unique vocals, and she became frustrated. And she ended up leaving Count Basie's orchestra. She was one of the most influential female jazz singers of all times. And she had a thriving career for many, many years before she lost her battle to drug addiction. And we know the famous movie in 1972, starring Diana Ross and starring Billy Dee Williams, The Lady Sings the Blues in 1972, which was a biography of this female jazz vocalist. And what is her name? Who is she? Her name is Billie Holiday. Billie Holiday was born April the 17th, 1915, and she passed away on July the 17th of 1959. So what is behind the jazz? Jazz music has always existed. And it instilled in me on my musical journey how to deflect and to depict my vocal cords with some of these female historical artists, which I did research on, which I listened to their music and their albums, and it became very inspirational for me how I became a gospel jazz recording artist. So now, as my musical journey as a gospel jazz recording artist, my famous genre, jazz, my famous genre of music, which I related to my slogan, go ahead and jazz it up with the gospel. Yours truly, AKA Chorus, contemporary gospel jazz recording artist. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is my rendition of You Are So Beautiful. The message of my music and the message of my ministry is in my jazz ministry. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in to ICE Digital TV. Again, I am your host, AKA Chorus, gospel jazz recording artist. Stay safe, stay well, and stay blessed. You Are So Beautiful by AKA Chorus.
You are so beautiful to me. You are so beautiful to me. Can't you see? You are everything I hoped for. And you everything I need. You are so beautiful to me. You are so faithful, so faithful to me. You are so faithful to me. Can't you see? You everything I prayed for. And you everything I need. You are so faithful to me. You are so lovely, so lovely to me. Yes, you are so lovely to me. Can't you see? Lord, you everything, everything I pray for. Ooh, and you're everything I need. You are so lovely to me. fleurs